All right, so tell me who's watching. You over here in the chat section, just tell us who's watching online. Give us a shout out so we know who you are. I want to hang out with you guys for a little bit and just hear what you guys are doing how to spend your time, just for a few minutes, just to hear from you, know what you guys are up to these days. Hi, Foremans. Life is, I'm loving life. How about you? Tell me, how are you guys spending your time? What do you guys do on your average day? I'll just, as you guys are chatting with me on here, so I will spend my day, Katie and I like to balance out who's watching the Sadie. So we just kind of hang out, taking turns. I'll work for an hour, and she'll watch her for an hour, then she'll jump over, and we'll switch, and we'll do that for a little bit. So that's how our day is spent. How about you guys? What are you guys doing? Chat with me here on the chat window. Grace learned to embroider. I am impressed. I don't even, that's impressive. Well done, Grace. Yes, so Tony Foreman just said Caden Borden has become a movie critic. If you didn't see his movie critique, I think of the movie, I can't remember what movie it was, Lady Bird, which I've not seen, but I want to watch it just because of the critique that you did for that movie. I want to know, yes, I also want to know what movie you're going to do next, Caden, because whatever movie you decide to do, I want to do it with you. And I think after this is all said and done, I want to start a movie critique podcast with you, because I think that would be an absolute blast. If you want to hear Caden Borden talk about movies, give him a shout out here in the comment section. That would be a lot of fun. He's also watching Friends. Okay. What is, so a lot of you guys are saying just Netflix in general. So one of the things I thought about doing this week, and let me know if there's a suggestion for me. So I thought about having a Netflix watch party this week with you guys. If you guys could recommend 3 movies on Netflix right now that we could all watch together, if you've never done that before, so we can all watch it in real time together, and we can chat with each other online as we watch the movie together. So give me 3 movies that you would suggest would be good options, and we can put it up for a vote and have this watch party together. So throw out some movie ideas. Tony Foreman, I always trust your opinion when it comes to movies. Caden, you're starting to build up a good taste for movies, so I'll trust your opinion as well. An old couple reading together, because sometimes we've been doing crosswords together. Now we're also reading Harry Potter. So we read Harry Potter, and then we watched the first movie. So now we're like building our way through the entire series. So that's the most recent movie that I watched, and she did not enjoy the movie. The book was better, which I would agree. I've never said that before about any movie, but that was definitely better. It's true. I mean, the movie, if you think about it, that movie was made. I'll make some of you all feel old here. So when the books came out, I was in 2nd grade. But when the movie came out, I was in 4th grade. And most of you guys weren't even born yet when that movie was made. And the graphics in that movie are absolutely terrible. So Caden, there's my first review of Harry Potter. Fun movie, but 20 years old, graphics were absolutely terrible 20 years ago. What other movies you guys, give me some movie suggestions. I'm trying to think of what we've watched recently. We've been doing, Katie introduced me to the show Parenthood. Never seen Parenthood in my life. But we are in season 2. And so I've been enjoying that show. We've been watching that together. It's been a lot of fun. Watch. Are you telling me to watch Rain Man, or are you just saying that's interesting choice there, Caden? The Office binge. I mean, yeah, that'd be the best watch party. I'm sure. I don't know if CW is watching earlier, because I gave him a shout out for wearing the T-shirt. but I'm pretty sure we could have a nice office watch party. That would be fantastic. I'm going to post. I might break my social media fast for a moment, or I'll just commandeer the pay bit. There's a video. I have a video now of Sadie reacting to the Office theme song. So when life was, I'm saying BC before BQ, before quarantine, when life was back the way it was, every morning it was my routine to wake up early. Katie would go to work. I would hang out with Sadie until it's time to take her to the wonderful Stephanie Flanagan. We would watch The Office together, and then she'd fall back asleep on my chest, and I'd put her in a car seat and we'd go. So now, every time the Office theme song comes on, she dances and she smiles, and it's wonderful. I feel like I am awesome. So I'm getting text messages from some of you guys as I'm sitting here, so thank you for that. But yeah, so I'll post that later. Tony Foreman said I'm on a social media diet, not a fast. It's pretty, it's more accurate. I think Katie calls me out every time I open up Facebook. And I say I'm doing it for youth purposes. I'm doing it to post things, and she says that's not true. But I mean, you guys, a lot of you guys are sending me stuff all the time about that's on social media, so I have to log in and look at it. If you were to, hey, so some of you guys said do an office watch party. I'll think about that because that'd be absolutely wonderful. Yes, Kate, and my kid is great. Thank you so much. You're a great kid too. I love you. That is wonderful. If throw some movies out there. Throw me some. What are you guys watching? What's good to watch on Netflix right now? You're on. Okay. Some of you guys are on here, but you can't type. You can text me then. Those of you guys are. I'll open up my iPad so I can see what you're saying, so I don't have to keep looking away. I lost my train of thought. You want us to watch, okay, so Ella suggests we should watch Cinderella Story with Chad Michael Murray. I don't know how I feel about that one. So fun fact, I have a good friend of mine who is currently serving overseas as a missionary, and he has access to my Netflix account. May not be, not the best use of my Netflix account. Anyways, so he has access to my Netflix account, and I get an email that he's logged in, and it says Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, which is, it's not where he is. He's overseas somewhere, so it's not in Pennsylvania. But he's using a VPN so he can still stream Netflix privately. Well, not only did we see it by email, the other thing that happened was that Katie was watching Netflix in the bedroom. I was watching The Office out on the couch, and she got kicked off of Netflix because somebody else was watching. We're only allowed 2 streams at once. And so I look at the email, and it says somebody is watching a Cinderella Story, and it kicked you off Netflix. And so I called my friend. I said, listen, dude, are you on a date? He goes, no, why? I said, what are you currently doing? He says, I'm sitting here watching a movie. I said, are you really watching a Cinderella Story? He said, yeah, why? I said, well, listen, dude, it freaked me out a little bit when a single dude, not on a date, is watching a Cinderella Story. So you kicked Katie off Netflix. So pick a more manly movie. Like Die Hard or something like that. Or like what Ephraim said, we should play Talladega Nights. Listen, that's one of the most quotable movies I have ever watched. That movie cracks me up. Another fun fact about that one, the very first pastoral team I ever worked on, the very first church I worked at, before I got there, the entire church staff all went and saw that as a church staff, which cracks me up. That was like they were on a youth or on a pastor's retreat, and all the pastoral staff went and saw Talladega Nights in theaters. That was a great retreat for them. So Dave Medley sent me a text. He says we should watch The Shack. I've never seen that, so that might be a pretty decent option. I know some of you guys have watched that, and some of you guys recommended that one. Carrington started watching ER. That's like been on for like 30 years, so you got a long way to go. I have been watching Cheers. I don't know if you guys ever watched Cheers, which is a fantastic show. I started watching it a long time ago, and then just kind of just fell off of it just because I didn't have a theme song that Sadie's starting to dance to a little bit. Oh, Tina loves Cheers. There we go. Yes, it is. It's an amazing show. I will say though, I am now in season 7. The greatest thing that ever happened in Cheers was when Diane left. She was the worst, which is a very common phrase. Ephraim wants to watch Days of Our Lives. There you go. That's a good option for us all. That would be no. Oh, how are you guys spending your days? Like what fun things are you doing during the day? So if I'm not at home, like we're going on walks a lot. If I'm doing a lot of in the beginning stages of this, I was doing a lot of house projects. This room was recently just refinished, so I've been spending my time out here. I've been doing a lot of housework, but then that kind of stopped. I've been playing disc golf with a couple of your leaders, Joe and Kendrick. Joe's working tonight. He says he's working. It was really funny earlier. You know, he's your youth leader. He's supposed to be joining us tonight, and I referenced him earlier. If you didn't catch it, I said I've been playing disc golf with some friends and family. That's who I was referring to as him and Kendrick. And Kendrick's in a group thread to the 3 of us. Oh, you said we're family. I said, yeah, we're family. And Joe had no idea what he was talking about, and Joe was at work. So he says he was at work. We're just claiming that's what was true. Oh, yeah, Ephraim says Joe is deemed essential. Yeah, Qdoba is essential. I mean, whatever. Someone's got to go. Someone's got to feed us, right? But I've been doing a lot of disc golf. If you guys ever want to play disc golf, as soon as this kind of stuff starts to slow down, I want you guys to join us. I'm getting better. I was terrible the other night. And I thought it would be funny to bring an actual Frisbee, not a disc golf disc, thinking I could do better, and I nearly threw my shoulder out. And I'm still sore 2 days later, so that's been fun, having to take pain medicine for shoulder. How are you guys spending your time? What's been fun to do? Ultimate Frisbee 7-on-7. Yes, Ephraim, we will do a 7-on-7 Ultimate Frisbee. That will be a blast. You guys know the story about me dislocating my shoulder in Ultimate Frisbee, I think. If you don't, at Marshall, I played almost every single night. This night we were playing, what we call it, Cosmic Frisbee, where you put glow sticks around and you use a light up LED disc. And I was going all out. I was a sophomore at college, and I just went for it. I was going to catch it. If it was in the air, it was mine. And I absolutely clobbered this girl. I ran her over. Like, I mean, just imagine, like you guys who played baseball, like remember the good old days when the players were allowed to hit the catcher? That's what it looked like. I crushed her. And I hit the ground, and I look over to make sure she's all right, and I look over and she was laughing. I looked down, and my shoulder was out of place. And so I ran into a girl and dislocated my shoulder. But fun fact, just 4 months ago, true story, she was from Parkersburg. I never ran into her in Parkersburg before, but I was sitting at Starbucks working, writing messages for winter retreat and working on that stuff. And I'm sitting there, and in walks Patricia. It's the first time I've seen her actually since college. And she's like, "You doing all right?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm doing fine." You've been riding your bikes, Claire. That's been awesome. I'm really upset because the very first week of stay at home, I have an indoor bike. I was riding it every single night, riding 15 miles. And then it's been nice out, so I got my bike ready, but I had to order a new bike seat and a new bike post. I ordered the new post and it doesn't fit, so I have to go get a new one. But because of the quarantine and everything, the shipping took like 2 weeks to even get here. And so by the time I get a new one, it's probably all gonna be over. That doesn't excuse me for not working on my bike. So you guys been playing Just Dance and been making bracelets. That's pretty impressive. Caden's been walking with his friend. She's been discussing movies and music, so if you need any music recommendations, hit me up. See. I have a new favorite song. If you guys, I don't know how much you guys listen to Christian worship music, but there's a new group. I've never heard of them before. And I sent it to our FPCW praise band. I said, you guys should learn this new song. It's from a group called let's see, where is it? It's called Be the Kingdom. It's called Dancing on the Waves. It is absolutely amazing. It's written to be heard from God speaking to his people, and it's incredible. I sing it to Sadie all the time, and she loves it now. She still likes when I sing to her. That's going to last a little bit longer, I think, and hope. Here's a fun question for you. When things start opening back up again, and you can't say Qdoba, but it doesn't matter because Joe's not here, so you're not trying to butter him up at all. The very first place you want to go eat a normal meal again, where do you want to go? So I'll start off. You guys will start chatting in the chat or text me here. Where do you guys want to go eat when everything starts opening up again? Me, I really, 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 and Katie is with me, we're all craving Chinese food. Chinese, like the one Chinese restaurant by our house prides itself on takeout and delivery, and they're not doing takeout or delivery right now. Like this entire month, all we've wanted was Chinese food, and no one offers it. The one down over the hill from us is just too expensive for me to go down and do. And then Fusion, that's not what I'm looking for. So Mexican food, yeah, Don Tony, I'm with you. We have done Graham and Shero takeout a couple times from us. Because it's close to our house as well. We'll make our own fajitas, then we'll go out and get chips and salsa from there. We did take out one night, and Mexican food doesn't travel well, say that way. It gets bad real quick. Katie just texted me that the Peking restaurant, which is our favorite Chinese restaurant, if you are ever in Ritchie County, you go to Harrisville, that Chinese restaurant is legit. It is fantastic. It is so good. And she just texted me and said that Peking is opening on Friday. So Friday, if you are so bored, go out to Ritchie County. Let's have some Chinese food together. It'll be takeout, but we can go hang out somewhere. So some of you guys said IHOP. Yes. IHOP at 1 a.m. Oh, very specific. Great. I'm with you there. Waffle House at 2 a.m. would actually be pretty awesome too. Claire, you said Outback. So we've done Outback takeout a couple times, and they deliver. So that's been a lot of fun. That's Katie's favorite restaurant ever. The Bloomin' Onion is really good. Taken out, by the way, it's fantastic. Ephraim, you want bat wing soup? It's fantastic. Kennedy, Olive Garden for sure. So I'm not sure if it's gotten better, but I will say that Olive Garden was the most unorganized takeout I have ever seen. That was insane. I went down there a couple weeks ago. We called ahead, scheduled it. I sit in the parking lot. They give you instructions, and there's only 3 to-go parking spots even at Olive Garden, and there were 30 cars down there waiting for those 3 spots to open. So what they did, they would walk around the parking lot just slapping your name on a Post-it note on the back windshield, and they bring out a cart. I'm like, man, and I was there for 25 minutes just waiting on my order, and it said be ready at 6, and I was there almost 6:30 before I ever got my meal. But then the most efficient places to get food for takeout right now is Chick-fil-A. It's amazing how efficient they are, and it's also because they're holy. I mean, Jesus loves Chick-fil-A. And the other one was Texas Roadhouse. That's a well-oiled machine. They're doing a great job. And right now during this season, and I encourage you to do it. We did it the other night, and we're going to do it again. You can do ready to grill steaks. You can buy the raw steaks. You can get the ribeye. You can get the New York strip, whatever you want. You can get it, take it home. You can buy the seasoning. So the other night we bought the steak. We shared a steak. We bought a dozen rolls that were absolutely incredible, and we bought the seasoning itself that they put on. It was fantastic. Some of you guys want Panera. I'm not a big fan of Panera. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. And Tina and Lily both want Outback. Yep, you are Katie's favorites right now. Carrington, he says a Chinese place in Belpre is open. Well, I'm gonna be going to Belpre tomorrow. So there we go. Now I have a reason to go to Belpre. How many of you guys? What has been the most awkward thing you've had to do during this whole thing? What's been the most awkward moment of the quarantine? Work me on for about 10 more minutes, then we'll let you guys go. Some of you guys are going to your small groups. What's been the most awkward moment of the stay-at-home or the quarantine? Mine was, we've been doing the online pickup at like a Kroger and Walmart, and it's been fantastic. Honestly, fun online pickup, just because I thought it was unnecessary, and I thought, but now I love it. I'll just say it that way. I'm loving it. I don't like going into Walmart. I'm scared to go into Walmart, but I had to go to Walmart the other day, and I thought I'll go early enough. And sure enough, when I got there was only 20 or so people even in the store shopping. But what I learned quickly is that people in this area don't know how to read, because everything says, one per customer just to help everybody. And people are just taking dozens of stuff. And then if you haven't been in Walmart recently, so every aisle on one end has red tape and the other end has green tape to show you which side you can enter. And it has arrows, and all the arrows point just kind of like IKEA, just not as terrible. And you don't walk out spending thousands of dollars on stuff you get to build for 5 hours. So you have to follow the pattern to do this, to go through Walmart. So I'm walking through Walmart, and I'm the only person in Walmart following this stinking pattern. Now, these older people who I'm told are more vulnerable are just walking up just close right next to you, like bumping your buggy. I'm like, guys, get out of my way. Like, you're not following this thing. And the one guy's like, well, I guess I'm going the wrong way. And just kept on walking. I'm like, okay, buddy, sorry. And then, honestly, like, just, it's kind of frightening to walk into places and you see people, one with a mask on, but then you get the people who are like wearing like the skull mask one. Like, those things freak me out. If you could ever get away robbing somewhere, now's the time, I think. The McMullins, you said being Allie's patient and their practical for occupational therapy for college. That'd be interesting. The Durhams agree on Walmart. Hey, Durhams, how you guys doing? Grace, you said social distancing, and I don't know what you're saying. Social distancing. Oh, you're just saying social distancing is next to impossible. Okay. Yes, it's. See, Don, you said. Okay, yeah. It is confusing when you aren't familiar with the rules. I'll give him a break. Thank you for grounding me and telling me to have grace. I appreciate that. Nice little rebuke there. Thank you. The other thing that was weird is the other day was Sadie's 9-month checkup, and I wasn't allowed to go in. It's her 9-month. Oh, Dollar General. Yes. Okay, now I got you. Sorry. Yeah, social distancing in Dollar General, I'm sure, is absolutely fantastic. The other day, it was Sadie's 9-month checkup, and I wasn't allowed to go in. So it was quite humorous that at the Marietta doctor's office, they're behind Burger King, there were 6 dads all sitting out in their cars, and we were all like spaced, like staggered, and we're all kind of looking at each other, making weird, awkward eye contact, waving at each other. But because they were only allowing one parent to go in with their kid, and so Katie tried to like phone me into the thing, and I just couldn't hear. So I had to sit there in the car for an hour, almost an hour, just waiting on her and Sadie to come out. Kate and Borden, Chick-fil-A was in charge of coronavirus, we would be in perfect hands. The staff that is, because they are efficient. Yes, I agree. If Chick-fil-A was in charge of everything, I think we would be good. And we'd all be so much more polite because we'd all be saying my pleasure. It'd be fantastic. All right, just we'll stay on for a couple more minutes and then you guys can get going to your groups. So I encourage you, one, if you saw it earlier, Ella and Grace posted for us that we're going to do a 7-day challenge on Instagram. Do it, join in. It'll be a lot of fun. I want to see you guys doing that. We're going to have a lot of fun posting those every single day. And one of them was draw your youth pastor, and I want you to behave. Some of you guys did a good job at winter retreat when you guys had to do it. But I already told Katie that we're going to let Sadie draw me, see how she does, because that'll just be fun to watch. And I'm going to let Sadie be the main person in charge of our social media plans this week. Oh, that wasn't the Durhams earlier that said that about Walmart. That was you, Brent. I'm sorry. And then Shelby, you went to 4 stores looking for flour. There was a flour source in Belpre. Finally got a bag from my sister-in-law. Yeah, I'm going to try to show you this picture. And we have a problem at our house. So you guys remember, Katie grew up in Florida, and she is very specific in what kind of orange juice that she drinks. She won't drink it unless it's Florida's natural. When she goes to Walmart or when she goes to McDonald's for breakfast, she brings her own orange juice. So BYOJ. She brings. Can you see that? We scheduled Walmart pickup and Kroger pickup and almost bought out all the Florida's natural, no pulp orange juice. And then the other day I went back and got 3 more. So if you're looking for Florida's natural orange juice, you can blame my addicted wife and her problems with orange juice. So if you're looking for that and you want one, if it's like toilet paper to you, I'll be happy to let you have some. Maybe, how about that? Be a fair trade. 1 pack of toilet paper for 1 thing of orange juice. All right. I think it's fair. If you want Florida's natural orange juice, you know where you can find it. The other fun thing we've been doing in life is that, if you guys remember, we got a puppy right before this. So that's been interesting. We almost got our house trained. The thing that she's doing now, don't know why. She wakes me up at 6:30 on the dot every single day. She jumps up into our bed, and she doesn't go to Katie. She goes to me, and she jumps on my face. So I'll be laying there, and all 4 paws just hit me right in the face. And I get up, and I have to take her outside. So I take her outside to let her pee, and then I bring her back inside to eat. But I have to stay there until she's done eating so I can take her outside again. If I don't, she'll drop one somewhere in the house. But she's very specific on where she does it. Because right now, she thinks the best place for her to poop is for her to jump on top of her ottoman and poop on the ottoman. So there's been 3 mornings this past week where I'll walk out, take the dog out, and I'll just forget because I want to go back to bed or I want to get to work. I come back a little later, and there's this little dog poop just sitting there on top of her ottoman. But she's doing all right now. We're getting better. She knows a couple of commands. We're getting there. So, all right. Give me one last random question from somebody, and we'll call it a night here tonight. And you guys can start your Zoom calls for those of you who guys are doing that. Give me one random question, anybody, whether you text me or whether you send it here in the chat. Fun random question. Let's hear it. If you send a couple at once, I'll try to do all of them real quick. Favorite color, blue. Thank you. What's yours, Ephraim? Hey, you got a new quarterback. Well done, sir. You got Tua. You tanked and you got Tua. That's what you wanted all year as a Dolphins fan. I'm pretty sure. Tony Foreman wants to know what my spirit animal is. I have never found out what my spirit animal is. I don't know. I never thought about it. I know yours is a baby kangaroo. Isn't that right, Tony Foreman? I don't know. If someone can just tell me what my spirit animal is, or if you guys, for you Parks and Recreation fans, we'll let Craig and Donna figure out what my spirit dog is for sure. Oh, Tony, I knew it. Baby kangaroo. Yep, you just look like one. That's all it is. Another random question. Just give me 2 more real quick. Yo, Ephraim, you didn't want to. Okay. All right. You know, you're a Dolphins fan. You can hope for a lot of things, but you're probably never going to get it. I'm just being honest with you. Any other random thoughts or questions, and then we'll call this one a night. Would you rather never eat? Oh my gosh. Oh, would you rather never eat Pancake Pantry or Graham and Chero again? So here's the deal. I only get Pancake Pantry when I'm in the Smoky Mountains. And I haven't been to the Smoky Mountains since the first year of marriage. So it's been almost 5 years. So that's the last time, other than the Nashville trip, when we went there for the mission trip, that's 2 times in 5 years I've had Pancake Pantry. So I've done okay not having it. When I eat Graham and Chero, I used to eat it once a week. It died down quite a bit. It may be once a month now. But I love Graham and Chero. But if you've never had the Caribbean pancakes at Pancake Pantry, you've never lived. So I'm actually going to say I want Pancake Pantry forever. There's also a lot of other good Mexican restaurants. I will submit to that statement. Ephraim, my NFL team are the Indianapolis Colts. Had a quarterback retire, and now my hope is in Phillip Rivers. I've never said that statement before in my life. Tony says, Ephraim, you can still go to a Dolphins game and not have to worry about social distancing. That's true. For you guys who are sports fans or not, they're talking about having baseball played in empty stadiums. That's much every baseball game in Florida. They don't play in front of fans. They just play in front of empty stadiums. But not Cardinal fans. We pack out every single game. Yeah, the Colts. It's true. My hope is in Phillip Rivers, Jacoby Brissett, and now Jacob Eason. So there you go. I'll explain. When I moved to West Virginia, everybody and their dog was a Steeler fan. And no offense to you Steeler fans, but I find you all quite obnoxious. I'd rather root for the Browns. And I'm not saying that because Tony Foreman's watching. I'd rather root for the Browns than root for the Steelers. But the thing was, I used to be a Steeler fan before I moved to West Virginia. I loved the man named Slash, Cordell Stewart. He was my boy. I loved watching him play. He was terrible, but I loved watching him play. He was my favorite player. I moved to West Virginia. He got cut, and everyone was a Steeler fan, so I changed it up. The same year Peyton Manning was drafted, I thought I'll just go with the Colts, and I've been a fan ever since. They had the greatest coach ever in Tony Dungy, one of my personal heroes. All right, I'm gonna get ready to get off here, guys. Last question. Thank you, Kate. And this will be it. Greatest memory with retreats. I think most of us have the same greatest memory. If you've been on one of our retreats, if you've been on a retreat with me, you have a good chance of experiencing this one. How many times did we have to take one person in particular to the emergency room on a retreat? It was incredible. It was every retreat my first retreat ever with you guys. 5 minutes in, we have a dislocated shoulder, and we have to take him to the emergency room. Fast forward 4 months, we're only there a night, and that same kid dislocates his shoulder and has to go to the hospital. But we have been injury-free the last couple of years, so we're getting better. Other than I can't remember his name, who cut his head open this past winter retreat. All right, guys, we will sign off there. I hope you guys have a great time in your small group. We'll post something here later this evening or later tomorrow about having a watch party online. And Isaac, yes, thank you. Isaac cut his head open and cut his ear open, so double trouble. But we'll have a post later this week. Watch out for that. We'll have a post asking what kind of movies you'd recommend. We'll have 3 options. We'll have a vote. We'll have a poll of some sort. We'll have a watch party later this week. A couple other things. Jump in every single morning with us as we go through Hebrews. Most of you guys are, and we're having a fun time doing that. So I encourage you to tune in for that. If you guys are on Facebook, this Wednesday, listen to Pastor Tony go through the book of James. It's been a wonderful study, and he's doing a phenomenal job, and you guys will be encouraged by that one. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good time in your small groups for all those who are meeting together. And I hope to see you all soon. See you later. Bye.